Hi, I'm here with this week's happiness strategy. This week I'll be following the same format as I have been, and I'll be reading aloud our weekly featured article. Every week I write an article that I share out on Empowered Living on my website, and I also share it on Thrive Global. I share the article and video out, as well as some other strategies and tips and articles in my weekly note that goes out every Thursday morning. It's called M's Weekly Inspiration. And if you're not already signed up to receive those, you can by going to the thread that I'll include below this video for details on how to sign up for that. So this week the theme is around women's empowerment. And the article is titled, When Women Champion Each Other, They Rise Together. Have you ever witnessed women championing each other? There is a distinct empowering energy created when women support each other. When women come together, they rise together. I was recently the beneficiary of genuine encouragement and support from my friend Dee. Dee nominated 4 women, including me, for a Business and Community Achievement Award on Vancouver Island. The point of sharing this story has less to do with the award and everything to do with Dee's belief in the women around her. When we celebrate and encourage others for their strengths, it's second nature for the recipient to want to rise to the occasion. When we focus on seeing the good in others, we activate the same good feeling in ourselves as the champions. As it relates to women's empowerment, this is great news. Simply choose to see others for their strengths, be a champion, and rise with the growing confidence of the women around you. It truly is this straightforward, but it can require a bit of practice and faith in the feminine. Here are the 3 practices I'm using to tap into the feminine and be a champion of others around me. Give them a try and see what shifts for you. Practice number 1, there is enough for everyone. It can be challenging to let go and trust that being a generous champion will help everyone rise. We live in a competitive world. There can be a mistaken belief that pushing ahead of others will help us achieve our personal definition of success. But there isn't a quota on happiness and success. One person's success doesn't rob another person of theirs. There is enough happiness and success for us all. When we let go of the belief we are against each other and instead notice how we are all in this together, it's impossible to miss seeing the amazing qualities in others around us. When we realize there is enough for everyone, we gain a sense of relief. Our relief helps us reduce our striving, pushing, and competitive approach to work and life. We can replace our striving with allowing, trusting, and connecting inward to our feminine wisdom. Practice number 2, balance is key. In today's fast-paced lifestyle, it has become common practice to tap into the drive of masculine energy to help us do it all. As women, we often wear many different hats, and it can feel like we are, in fact, doing it all. When we don't balance the masculine with the feminine, we pay a big price. Too much striving leads many women to the brink of burnout. The reason we burn out is because we stop hearing and honoring the wise voice within us. Feminine energy is quiet knowing. It's calm, open, and grounded. Whereas masculine energy is decisive, driven, focused, and lively. As human beings, we benefit from allowing both the masculine and feminine energies into our experience of life. In order to balance our energies, it's important to connect inward often and listen to our own wise voice. She will let you know when it's time to take a step back and when it's time to forge ahead. When we honor the feminine by following through on what we hear, we move with our lives instead of pushing against our lives. When we strike a healthy balance of the masculine and feminine, through our example, we help others do the same. By following the natural rhythm of our lives, we have more clarity and space to witness and champion others around us. Practice number 3, lead by example. All any of us can do is empower our own lives and lead by example. It's important to ensure we don't attach ourselves to what happens next. Not everyone appreciates a champion, and not everyone will follow suit. That's okay. Champion them anyway. We can champion others from afar by sending well wishes and love. We can replace judgment with compassion. Instead of being offended or hurt by others, we can create healthy boundaries that honor our worth and remove us from the drama cycle. Leading by example will inevitably create positive ripples. Sometimes the ripples will be hard to detect, other times they will make a big splash. Regardless of the size of your ripple, trust in yourself and have faith in others around you. That's how we impact change. When I see the goodness and potential in you, I'm recognizing that it also exists in me. When I champion you, I also champion me. We rise together. What can you do today to be like Dee and champion the special people around you? So I'll leave you with that thought. And I also wanted to just make note that while we're talking about women's empowerment and the feminine, these principles can also relate to men and males as well. I live in a house with my husband and my 2 sons, and it is a very masculine dominant household. But what I've also come to learn and notice is, especially in my sons, is that they do have a balance of both. They can be gentle and have the capacity to be held and to hold others in a loving space too. And so by just fostering that in our own lives, that balance of the allowing and the moving with our lives and the trusting, we do, just through our example, we will affect the people in our direct communities and the people around us. And we do give, other people around us a permission to do the same. So whether that's other girls and women in our lives or the boys and the men in our lives, when we take the initiative to be grounded in our own lives, we react differently to the people around us, and we provide that ground often to people around us. And that is really how we can impact change and how we can support others to rise and to feel good in their own lives. So again, with all of the happiness strategies that I put out, it really is about just seeing yourself as resourceful and as accountable to create your own happiness and to empower your own life. So I just invite you to try on these practices and principles this week, and to, if all else, just to see what shifts by when you're in the company of other women and other people, to just put your focus and attention on looking for the good in others. And whether or not you articulate this or make any action towards that, just even seeing other people and seeing the good in them, they'll feel that. And when we witness and react and sort of interact with people from that way, they do tend to feel that and also want to rise to that occasion. So whether or not the change is obvious, or that people really kind of buy into it, or want to follow you in kind of an obvious way, you can make those changes in just a subtle way. And even if the shift just happens within you, it does tend to, I know when I'm practicing that, it just does change my perception of the moments in my day, and it does help me to feel good about everything that's before me. So I hope this is helpful. And again, just try on, if 1 or 2 things kind of struck you as being something you're interested in trying on, try it on and just see what shifts for you. So I hope you have an amazing week, and I look forward to connecting again soon. Thank you.